What if I told you that most people today aren't losing because of lack of talent, but because they've surrendered their minds? We scroll endlessly, drowning in comparisons. We envy others' lives while ignoring our own potential. We avoid discomfort yet complain of suffering. We chase comfort but end up restless, anxious, and weak. The truth? Comfort isn't harmless. It's quietly destroying us. Struggle, however painful, is where true power is born. And here's the fascinating part. Over 2,000 years ago, the Stoics already knew this. Long before TikTok, before Instagram, before self-help podcasts, they were teaching that strength is not about controlling the world, but mastering yourself. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor of Rome, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That wasn't just a pretty quote. It was a shield, a sword, a survival guide in chaos. Stoicism doesn't make life easier, it makes you unshakable. In this video, we're going to explore 8 brutal Stoic laws, not motivational fluff, not wishful thinking, but timeless principles tested in war, betrayal, and hardship. Principles that can still transform you today. But before we begin, I need you to treat this differently. This isn't background noise. This is your wake-up call. Like the video right now, drop a comment when something hits home, share it with someone who's struggling, and most importantly, watch until the end, because skipping even one law could mean missing the exact mindset that could save you when life hits hardest. Let's begin. Law number 1, welcome discomfort as a teacher. Most of us have been programmed to run from discomfort, but the Stoics flipped this script. They ran toward it. Think about it. When have you grown the most? Was it in times of comfort and ease, or when you were forced to fight, adapt, and rise from the ashes of difficulty? Marcus Aurelius ruled during wars, plagues, and betrayals. Yet in his writings, he repeats one theme: obstacles are not barriers, they are training. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every delay tests your patience. Every failure builds resilience. Every obstacle sharpens your will. Modern life says, avoid pain at all costs. Stoicism whispers, train with it. That cold shower? Training. That hard workout? Training. That awkward but honest conversation? Training. The Stoics even practiced voluntary hardship. Seneca would sleep on the floor, wear rough clothing, eat the simplest food, not because he hated himself, but because he was preparing. If fortune stripped away his comfort, he wouldn't panic. He'd already rehearsed it. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It reveals who you are and who you're becoming. Avoiding discomfort today only guarantees greater pain tomorrow. Facing it now makes you stronger later. So from this moment, treat discomfort like a sparring partner. It may bruise you, but it's shaping you. Drop this in the comments. Discomfort is my training ground. Law number 2. Master your emotions or be mastered by them. How often have you let emotions ruin your day? Someone insults you and you snap. A plan changes and you spiral. You feel lazy, so you quit. Here's the brutal truth. If emotions control you, you're enslaved by them. Epictetus, once a literal slave, said any person capable of angering you becomes your master. They can anger you only when you permit it. Think about that. When someone cuts you off in traffic and you rage, you've handed them your peace. When a breakup crushes you, you've surrendered your identity. When a rude comment ruins your mood, you've gifted your joy to a stranger. Stoicism doesn't demand that you ignore emotions. It demands that you see them, pause, and respond with intention. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." This means no more excuses, no more "he made me angry" or "she ruined my day." The reaction was your choice. The good news? You can choose differently. You can feel anger without exploding. You can feel fear and still step forward. You can feel sadness without drowning in it. That is emotional strength. That is Stoic freedom. Next time you're triggered, pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, is this emotion useful? If yes, act. If no, release it. Do this and you'll become calm in chaos, steady when others are shaken. And that kind of emotional stability, it's magnetic, it's powerful, it's rare. Law number 3. Stop expecting life to be fair. This one stings. Life is not fair. You can work hard and still be overlooked. You can love deeply and still be betrayed. You can do everything right and still suffer loss. The Stoics never expected fairness. They expected pain, chaos, and unpredictability, and because they expected it, they weren't destroyed when it came. Marcus Aurelius himself, emperor of the world's greatest empire, admitted injustice is everywhere. Yet he didn't waste time whining. He focused on what he could control. Here's the trap. Clinging to fairness makes us weak. Every time we say, "this isn't fair," what we're really saying is, "I don't want to deal with this." But reality doesn't care about fairness. Reality asks, will you endure? Will you rise anyway? Bad things happen to good people. Evil sometimes wins. Hard work doesn't always get rewarded. That's not pessimism, that's life. The average person waits for fairness. The Stoic builds strength regardless. So here's the move. Stop expecting life to treat you kindly. Start treating yourself with dignity no matter how life behaves. As Seneca said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. And courage, not fairness, is what makes you unstoppable.
Law number 4. Control what's yours. Release what isn't. Epictetus said it best. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Here's where most of us fall apart. We obsess over everything we can't control. Other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, the past, the future. No wonder we're anxious. But the Stoics narrowed it down. What is truly yours to control? Your choices, your thoughts, your actions, your response. That's it. Everything else, let it go. You can't control the storm, but you can control how you steer your ship. You can't control whether someone likes you, but you can control how you show up. You can't control the economy, but you can control how you prepare. Every time you focus on what's within your power, you reclaim peace. Every time you try to control the uncontrollable, you lose it. So here's a simple Stoic habit. When stress rises, ask yourself, is this mine to control? If yes, act. If no, release it. This mindset makes you calm while others panic, focused while others drift, steady while others break. And that's what makes you unshakable. Law number 5. Train with hardship before life forces it on you. We live in a world addicted to comfort, and comfort, ironically, makes us fragile. The Stoics didn't wait for suffering to strike. They practiced it. They fasted. They wore cheap clothes. They deprived themselves on purpose, not out of self-hate, but out of self-training. Seneca described it, set aside certain days where you live with little, so you may ask yourself, is this what I feared? Because here's the truth. When life suddenly strips away your comfort, and it will, you'll either panic or you'll adapt. And adaptation requires training. Voluntary hardship builds resilience. Skip a meal. Take the cold shower. Walk instead of drive. Say no to luxuries you can afford. Train your body. Discipline your mind. Each small act builds willpower. Each choice makes you harder to break. When hardship comes, as it always does, you'll be ready. Law number 6. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. We've been taught to obsess over results, the job, the money, the recognition, the win. But the Stoics knew outcomes aren't guaranteed. Effort is. Epictetus wrote, "Freedom is found by disregarding what lies beyond our control." When you tie your worth to results, you set yourself up for suffering. You train for a week, don't see results, and you quit. You launch a project that fails, and you collapse. You love someone who leaves, and you fall apart. But what if you loved the process itself, the showing up, the effort, the discipline, the act of becoming? When you focus on process, you always win, even if the outcome isn't what you expected. Ironically, this mindset often leads to better results. Why? Because you're not desperate, you're steady, you're committed, you're consistent. Detach from outcomes, show up for the work, and suddenly, failure loses its power over you.
Law number 7. Remember death. Live with urgency. Here's a truth most ignore. You're going to die. The Stoics didn't avoid this thought. They embraced it. They called it memento mori. Remember that you must die. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This isn't morbid, it's liberating. Because once you accept that time is limited, you stop wasting it. No more endless scrolling, no more waiting for someday, no more tolerating toxic people or pointless habits. Seneca put it bluntly, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Death isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you, to remind you you don't have forever. Start living like it. Take the risk, forgive the person, build the thing, love deeply, speak truthfully, act with urgency. Because the ultimate tragedy isn't death, it's dying without ever having lived. Law number 8. Live by virtue, not approval. Most people live for the crowd, likes, followers, applause. But the Stoic doesn't bend to the crowd. They bend to principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter." That means speaking truth even if it's unpopular, keeping your word even when no one notices, doing what's right even when it costs you. Virtue is what makes you untouchable. Virtue is the foundation that no betrayal, no failure, no loss can take away. Approval is fleeting. Character is forever. In a world obsessed with image, be authentic. In a world obsessed with noise, be still. In a world obsessed with performance, be genuine. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing validation, you often gain respect anyway. So live for virtue, not approval. Even if you stand alone, stand firm. And closing. If you've made it this far, it means something inside you is ready to evolve, to stop waiting for comfort, to stop running from pain, to stop living small. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they didn't write for an easy world. They wrote to survive storms, betrayals, and death with dignity. Their wisdom is not entertainment, it's armor. Remember this, true strength isn't about dominating others, it's about mastering yourself. Expect struggle, train for it. Focus only on what you can control. Detach from outcomes.
Live urgently. Stand for virtue. Do this, and nothing outside you can shake you. Drop this in the comments. I am becoming unshakable day by day. If this resonated, like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to join this community of thinkers and warriors. And remember, everything in life is training. Every moment is transformation. Keep showing up, keep choosing strength, and never stop until you are unstoppable.